Hello, and welcome to the Academic Center for Writing presentation on professional writing, applying for a job. One of the main goals of receiving a college education is to get a good job and earn a comfortable living wage. Endless opportunities exist in today's marketplace, and somewhere out there is the perfect career. Writing for a job, however, is a bit different than writing academically. Elements such as style, audience, and purpose become paramount. Although an applicant wishes to persuade a hiring manager for an interview, this is not a persuasive endeavor such as an academic writer may pursue. Nor is this a text message, a letter to a relative, or a short story. This presentation will examine each of the elements of an application packet and offer stylistic advice to ensure the packet earns the reception it deserves.
Right, Penny. These orders are behind 4 days. Manufacturing is getting bogged down waiting for packing. Get them packed and shipped forthwith. But, Mr. Moneybags, Your Honour, we simply cannot. Old Phineas and I are the whole order packing staff. Penny Farthing's doing the work of 3 men, and with the account reports and my spinal curvature, I can barely offer him a hand. We need to hire some more help, sir. 2 at least. So, Penny Farthing does the work of 3, eh? And find yourself a man that can do the work of 2. That'll give you a crew of 5. Post the increase straight away, sir.
Applying for jobs is competitive, and a candidate needs to put together an application packet that conveys professionalism to even be considered for an interview. Applicants should refer to the specific job description when assembling the packet, noting the vocabulary used to describe the qualities and skills the position requires. Computers are often the first entities to review applications, scanning for precise language relative to the job description. Hence, the more words that match, the greater chance of being selected. Standard application packets should include a resume, or CV for some positions, a cover letter specific to the job, and a list of references. Some jobs may require a portfolio of published work products.
Phineas, front and centre, old man. Yes, Mr. Moneypenny? Old man Moneybags has graciously consented to allow us another hard hand. I've posted the position, and in the last week received 4 million applications. Seems people are more downtrodden than usual these days. Oh, yes, sir. Very good, sir. Yes, well, of the 4 million, I've painstakingly whittled it down to 2 candidates. I thought, since you're the one who'll be rubbing elbows with him day in, day out, that you might like a hand in making the selection. Oh, yes, sir. Very good, sir. Well played, lad. So, here are their application packets. Each was required to submit a cover letter, resume, and a list of references. Look over them tonight after work, when you're at home, and we can talk it out first thing tomorrow. Oh, yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Every job candidate needs a professional resume documenting education, training, and experience. Sometimes, particularly for jobs in academia or education, employers may ask for a CV, or curriculum vitae. Although a resume should be limited to 1 page in length, a CV may be much longer. A resume may be changed to highlight skills for a particular job, whereas a CV does not change unless new credentials are added.
Good morning, Mr. Moneypenny. I trust you slept well last night. I like the debt, Finney, my boy. How about you? Did you review those applicants for the vacancy? I did, sir, and I should like to think the choice is very clear, sir. Fine, fine. Fetch my coffee and we'll tuck it out. So Finn does the work of 3 and the new hire works double. 5 carryover the 1. Ah, Finn, thanks ever so. Just going over Moneybags' numbers and whatnot. If we hired 2 part-timers and worked them at 1.5 apiece, we could... So if I could just interrupt, I think this is easily solved. I've gone over the applications and it's a fairly obvious choice between the 2 candidates. Here, let me read you the cover letter from Mr. A.H. Orderpacker.
The cover letter is the first direct communication an employer will have with a candidate. As such, it should be conversational while remaining formal and professional. The cover letter should not be a rehash of the resume, but an appeal to the hiring manager for a personal interview about a specific position. This is a good opportunity to demonstrate knowledge of the company by relating specific applicant skills to the hiring needs. Refer to the job description when possible, using the same or similar language. Remember that the ultimate objective of the cover letter is to generate enough interest to secure a personal interview, so ask, explicitly and politely, for such. Just like Mother always taught, say please and thank you.
To the esteemed Mr. J. Alfred Moneypenny, I recently came upon your posting for an order packer and hope you see fit to consider me a prime applicant to fill the opening. My name is Adonis Heracles Orderpacker, and my family have all been order packers 6 generations back now. As a schoolboy, I would walk past the Moneybags packing plant on my way to the Oxford Order Packing Academy, daydreaming of the opportunity to work alongside the legendary Phineas Penny Farthing packing orders. It has come to my attention of late that the packing plant is not keeping up with manufacturing, resulting in a backlog of orders to be packed. In my youth, while playing with neighbourhood boys, we would create mock-up orders and take turns packing them. I commonly outpacked 8 of my mates simultaneously. 8? That would give us a crew of 11. Yes, sir. My family resides in a flat at 28 Dean Street, Soho, and I may be reached there by message, post or courier. More immediately I can be reached by telephone at MRX 0135. Please, I would very much like to meet with you, Mr. Moneypenny, to discuss this lifetime opportunity. Eagerly waiting your response, Adonis H. Orderpacker the 6th. Most impressive, Phineas. Do his credentials match up? Well, sir, he certainly has the pedigree for it. His education and training all point to a man destined for a lifetime of packing orders. I suggest we bring him in right away. And what of the other chap? Did you give him a fair go? Well, sir, I tried, but there wasn't much to go on. His letter was addressed to the head cheese of the place, and was sent from the blue shed round back of the old dung heap. The correspondence said merely, "I can pack better than some, not as good as others," written in charcoal across a discarded cocktail napkin. It was signed, Kenneth Q. Rancid, Esquire. Ooh, Esquire? What, pray tell, are Mr. Rancid's qualifications? Well, according to his resume, he spent the last 3 months unclogging cesspools for sanitation. Prior to that, he was self-employed selling bottled drinking water from the Thames. He claims to have spent his schooling years learning under a man called Fagin, whatever that means. Probably some sort of Socratic claptrap. This Rancid seems like an interesting chap, if not wholly qualified. What about references? Does either come recommended?
References link the applicant, the hiring manager, and the outside world, so to speak. Former employers, professors, and colleagues are all good reference sources. Personal references, such as clergy and family friends, can vouch for an applicant's character, but family members should not be listed. As a matter of courtesy, correspond professionally with potential references, asking their permission to be contacted by potential employers. Discuss with them the types of jobs and companies who may be contacting them, and specific points to be highlighted. After receiving permission, compile the reference list with vital contact information and a summary of the relationship with them.
Well, Mr. Orderpacker comes well spoken for. Chester Pusillanimous, headmaster at the Oxford Orderpacking Academy, says he's never seen the likes of Adonis in terms of packing orders. He claims that he personally watched Adonis pack an entire heifer into a zinc milk tin with room left for the milk. Furthermore, the postmaster reports that Adonis performed a free internship stuffing mailbags for the London Postal Service. Seems packing's in his blood, sir. As to character reference, one Ainsley Porterslinger, pubmaster at the Bishop's Finger and Plumber's Arms, proffered that Orderpacker's a regular client, but only on Friday nights after 8 o'clock. He has a pint or two, but never more than two, or throwing darts with his mates from the academy. Never runs a tab, tips fairly, and is a favourite among the ladies, though he always departs alone. Fine, fine. And what of the other fellow? The gentleman from sanitation reports that Rancet's performance is frequently below par, often the result of his lascivious cavorting the night prior. Since he resides in a department shed, he's at work on time, but scarpers off just before lunch. Oddly, Mr. Porterslinger also provided a reference for Mr. Rancet, whom he often finds in the alley behind the pub, fighting rats for scraps. When asked if he had anything of a positive sort to say regarding Mr. Rancet, he said unabashedly, "People say what they will about Kenneth, but I'll swear upon this. At least when Kenneth vomits, he tries to land it in the bucket."
Any professional correspondence requires a formal voice. For example, do not use slang, jargon, abbreviations, or other informal language components. Use full names in the opening and closing salutations. Ensure that spelling, grammar, and punctuation are all correct. Proofread and edit carefully before sending. Having someone else review the documents before they are submitted can reveal mistakes the author might have overlooked. As with academic writing, professional writing prefers a uniform font, such as Times New Roman 12-point block format, which means left justified, single-spaced, except double-spaced between paragraphs. Use specific, direct language rather than vague ambiguity. Write short, declarative sentences. Avoid overstyling, passive voice, and excess prepositional phrases. Be cordial, which means polite and friendly, but not overly friendly. Maintain a professionally distant tone.
Well, Phineas, I'm baffled. Which of these candidates are you recommending? That would be Mr. Orderpacker, sir. Fine, fine. Notify both of the result and have Mr. Orderpacker report for duty first thing Monday morning. Oh, yes, sir. Very good, sir.
A portfolio is a collection of documents and artifacts that serve as models of the work product an individual creates. A portfolio is often requested by employers in media, marketing, graphics, and design. Whether it contains blueprints, sketches, video links, or writing samples, a portfolio serves as a visual resume by highlighting the relevance and quality of the work done by a potential candidate. Organize your portfolio in a format that leads employers to the samples they desire. Secure the documents in a manageable binder using section dividers as necessary. The portfolio should be updated with newer works periodically to remain current. The job market is highly competitive, and applicants need to find ways to stand out from the other potential candidates. A professional application packet can go a long way towards securing the all-important interview one needs to find work, either a stepping stone entry-level position or that career of a lifetime opportunity. Invest the time to ensure documents are as near perfect as they can be. Having someone else review the documents before they are submitted can reveal mistakes the author might have overlooked. It is important that the documents stand out, but only if for the right reasons. Thank you for watching this presentation on professional writing applying for a job. For questions about this or any other writing topic, please come by the Academic Center for Writing, the Ink Spot, in room W114. Thanks again for watching.